What if I told you procrastination could actually be your ticket to wealth? No, I'm being serious. So let's flip the script on this so-called productivity killer and turn it into your secret weapon, okay? So, my name is Juan, and I've been helping business broker, business owner to get them 5 to 10 qualified clients every month from a system that I've created, and this has made everything automated for me as well as for them. And I've been helping them create a freedom system ever since I started. But today, I'm gonna talk to you the business system, the philosophy, and the automation that we're gonna go into to understand how to leverage procrastination, okay? So let's start by asking, what is procrastination? Is it a verb, an emotion? No, it's a behavior. So a behavior that trick us into delaying what we want to do. That's essentially what is procrastination. And here's the killer. It is not the root problem. It's just a symptom. So it's kind of like the smoke from the underlying fire. So the first thing you'll see is you'll see the smoke and you'll start to swat away the smoke, but there'll be fire. That's the main problem. So what is the real culprit? Essentially, there are two words that describe it. The real culprit that causes you to procrastinate. One is fear, and two is misalignment. Fear and misalignment, okay? So those are the real culprit behind procrastination. So it's either you fear failure, judgment, or success, or it's a misalignment of doing the things that we truly, truly don't want to do. That's why we procrastinate. So remember, up to 20 or 20, 25% of people call themselves chronic procrastination, but labeling yourself as a procrastination, that's just a form of trash talking. Our brain are neuroplastic, so when you repeat something enough, it become reality. So that's why you see people doing the mantra every day in the morning. If you believe it hard enough, your brain will start making it work. And by calling yourself a procrastinator, you're in a sense procrastinating solving the actual problem. It's really is ironic. Your brain are quick to look for a way out. They're quick to just go in and just look at it as, oh, I'm just a procrastinator. That's it. That's why I don't want to do this. Your your brain is quick to jump to the conclusion most of the time. So this is what I've experienced a lot of the time. When I was in my first year of college, this is for most people, it's their most stressful year, and you don't know who you are. You have to figure out a career. You have to find new friends. And for me, I had extra responsibility for my business. And This might be, so you might think, oh, I don't have business to take care about. You have other responsibility that you have to worry about. And when the year rolled around, I remember the only thing that I did was I woke up and brushed my teeth. I did, the one or two tasks that I've assigned myself in the morning. But I would always remember that I have a really, really important task at the end of the day. So either that's like, oh, writing the important business email to client, or finishing the homework, or oftentimes, most of the time actually, would be um, talking or just re-updating the system so that it will work for my current client. But oftentimes I've found myself spending time actually just scrolling through TikTok, or I would just put on anime and I would just watch that for the till the end of the day. I was like, oh my God, there's no time left. And that would be my excuse for not making the important task happen. So then I slowly and slowly start to wonder. I was like, when I was at home, when I started this business, this never was a problem. I remember when I started, I would just sit on the computer and just work until like 8 and 9 p.m. at night. And I was completely fine with that. I was completely content with that. So why now that I'm here, I'm suddenly procrastinating all of my tasks? And I've slowly, the first thing I did was I started to track what I've spent all of my time on, because at the end of the day, I realized I didn't have any time left. So I created a Google Sheet that goes by every 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes, I will set a timer that will remind me to just log into that 15-minute thing. So I would go every 15 minutes from 9 a.m. to I think 10 p.m. That's what my bedtime is. And I would go every day, just log, and I've done that for one whole week. When I look back in that sheet, it started with me being very productive in the morning. I mean, like, wake up, did my work, go to school, and go to the gym. And then from anywhere from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., I would start scrolling. I would scroll from 2 to 4, and I would watch anime from 4 to like late at night. So I've begun to wonder why? Why? And the first thing I did was I started to put in tasks, put in just medial tasks, small tasks during that time to kind of fill up the block that I was scrolling and watching anime, because I figured, oh, it's just boredom that I'm dealing with. But as the day go by, still, even if I didn't have those tasks, I would still scroll and I would still watch anime. No matter what, I would just still spend my time watching anime. I might just pull my laptop out, pretend that was gonna work, but then on my left hand I would have scrolling. I would just keep scrolling, and I would just keep watching anime while I work, in a sense. So that didn't work. I began to think, am I really procrastinating, or is there something else that's kind of lurking below? Is there something else that make me want to kind of escape? Because doom scrolling and procrastination is a form of escape. And it honestly took me a while because, in that sense, it wasn't fear, fear of failure or fear of judgment. At the start, when I had client, no, when I was working with a client, it was the fear of uh, failure that kind of made me procrastinate to not work with them. But in a sense, I kind of powered through that because, they were paying me and I have to help them no matter what. So I have to make it work. So it wasn't a fear of anything that I was dealing with. I've started to come to realize that it was a misalignment. I am doing the thing that I truly, truly don't want to do. There it is. That has caused me to procrastinate a lot. That's what I've realized. And in a sense, looking back from it right now, my procrastination turned out to be a blessing because it saved me from a toxic related partnership in a sense. I've I've learned that when I start to procrastinate a lot, there was always a reason behind it. Either it's a bad client I'm working with, I don't want to work with them anymore, or two, it's a bad business that I'm in. Or three, it's just this is not truly something I want to do. No matter how long that I've worked on it, I try to convince myself, oh, you've been working on this so much. You just have to just keep going because why will you lose it? But I'm making no progress because I don't want to do this. This is the misalignment that I've had. And in a sense, the procrastination is kind of your signal of thinking, okay, what do I need to change so that I will go on with my day, not even looking at the phone or anything because life is so fun. So there is that now serve as my signal because my body knew it before my mind did. Procrastination essentially is just my intuition just saying, oh no, you gotta stop, something gotta change. And that's why I decided to take a trip. I took a trip to Japan. Really just rethink of what exactly do I want to do every single day? What exactly do I want to change? But yeah, procrastination for me have become like a signal. And when I start procrastinating, it's really just mean that I'm doing something that I don't want to do. So yeah. So there are many ways that people are kind of dealing with this misalignment of fear. Either they wait or procrastinate. So waiting can be peaceful and guilt-free if you have come to term with it. Okay? If you are just waiting for this to pass, then you're just accepting uh, the thing that you're not doing. Okay? You're just accepting the thing that you don't want to do. That's what waiting is. Procrastination, though, like I said, it's annoying. It feel annoying, but it's your voice saying that I should be doing this instead, not that. Okay. So that's the difference between you waiting. So when you're waiting, it's just that you're you have time and just waiting for like a burnout to go through, or um you're waiting for you to be more healthy or something like that. That's waiting. If you come to terms with it and it is truly what you want to do, that's waiting. And procrastination is when you are scrolling and in your mind is stinging you and say, "Oh, you should be doing this instead." That's the difference between waiting and procrastination. So don't mistake those two, because waiting can be healthy and it's a good way to rest. Waiting just give you a time to rest. That's waiting. Procrastination is when you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing and you're avoiding it. So there is. So again, procrastination really just doesn't just affect you. It's spilled all over like your career and your relationship. It is annoying it. When you start doing something that you truly, truly doesn't want to do, you just are lazy most of the day. No, you're procrastinating most of the day. And when you're procrastinating, it builds your mental state to be like in a sense, a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit to everyone else, to your relationship and your career, because when I start to procrastinate, I've started building this really, really bad mental attitude to everyone, to my client. So when I do actually just power through, just will power through and go do the thing, or go take the call, or do the thing that I should be doing, then you I consistently fail to deliver, and it can be really, really unhealthy because you really just don't care. When you're in that mental attitude, you really, really just don't care. Nothing matters. Really, nothing matters. And you just feel like you're stuck. Like, oh, please get me over this so I can just go back to scroll on my TikTok or something. That will destroy a relationship, and it will essentially destroy a career that you've built up for yourself. So just make sure that you're doing something because you really, really do want to do it, or else you'll start procrastinating and everything will be a downfall from there. So, here's just my little action plan to you. If you are procrastinating, or you just here watching this video procrastinating on some other task that you should do right now, don't get up. Just trust me, don't get up and go do that task. But a lot of YouTubers will just go tell you, oh, you need to go and do that task right now so that you can get it done with. No. Ask yourself if this is fear or misalignment. If you're determined it's just fear, explain yourself why it's fear. What are you so fearful about? And if in your mind you think, oh, it really isn't that bad. If in your once you have really, really chopped down what that fear is. So for example, you a lot of times people you will fear um rejection. They'll fear rejection from a girl. Like even I fear that shit. It's scary. That shit is mad scary. But if you really, when you see someone, you really break it down. It's, oh, you talk to girls, and if they reject you, what happened? They'll walk away, and you'll walk away, and you'll live your married life. Nothing will happen from there. Okay, that's not that bad from now I think about it. Now that fear is slowly and slowly being lifted away. Think of the worst case scenario in your fear. and go and conquer it. Because when you're procrastinating because of fear, it's healthy for you to go and do it. But, but, if you're procrastinating because of misalignment, you should start reevaluating the tasks that you're doing. And you should start identifying when I'm in that state where I feel like, oh, I'm misaligned right now. I spend my time like you have to kind of spend your time away from everything because procrastination is a distraction. Just if you don't want to do something, don't do it. Put your phone down, just think. Just spend your time in a silence because from there you can start to identify your most desire, what you actually want to do, and you can start identifying your important tasks and what you actually want to cover. And from there, set yourself a goal. Just tackle it for just 10 minutes every morning. That will be the first thing that you do when you wake up. Okay? That's what I'm doing right now. Like, I typically will procrastinate recording if I don't do it first thing in the morning, but I truly, truly do enjoy recording. So it's just probably a fear of judgment that I'm going through when I start this, but it's no longer that. So now I just get up, do the task, and yeah. So if you're procrastinating, identify the most important tasks you have to cover that truly, truly align with your purpose. Because if it's not aligned, reevaluate what you're doing right now. So there is only doing the thing that you can joyfully do. The only thing you can actually enjoy doing. Like I'm actually enjoying talking to camera right now because that's actually fun for me. And sometime it would just take you admitting to the truth because it's oftentimes it's not I can't or like I can't do it because I don't have enough time. Oftentimes really is not I can't, but start accepting the truth instead of oh I can't do it. Say I won't do it. Give yourself back that power of control because it put you in a state where you can start controlling. Okay. Not, oh, I can't do this because my time is up. Oh, I can't do this because I'm tired. I can't. No, it's I won't. Okay. If you truly don't want to do a task, then don't do it. I won't do it. There is. It will take a lot of courage to do that. And it can be really, really difficult because saying I won't is so much harder than saying I can't. So there is. That's pretty much my little schmeal on procrastination, and you should start using it to help you get richer because it is not a bug, it is a feature, okay? Better than that, if you want my system that I've been building for 2 years to help get business seller or business broker, business seller, um, then check out my link in the description below. It basically entails everything that I've learned in the past 2 years, and I've condensed into a system that you can just watch and build on your own. And in there, I will explain what I did and why I do it, so that you won't just be left hanging, just doing the shit uh, that other gurus tell you, because I want to actually teach you the knowledge, not just show you the ways. Okay? If you're interested in that, check out the first link in the description below. But that later.